My name is Charlie Siem and I'm a violinist. I first started playing the violin when I was about 3 years old. I was inspired by the sound of the violin that I heard on the radio. It was a recording of Yehudi Menuhin playing the Beethoven Violin Concerto, and I was transported by the sound, and I was convinced that this was something I had to do. So I persuaded my mother to find a teacher for me, and that's where the story began. And here I am continuing that journey. My first great influence would have been Jascha Heifetz. I was given his complete recordings when I was 9 years old, and I spent all my time listening to him and his remarkable musicianship and mastery of the instrument. Then I would say probably Shlomo Mintz, who was my teacher from the age of 18. I met Shlomo when I was 11, when I went to Israel to study at his master course on a kibbutz in the Western Galilee. And I first had lessons with him there, and I again had a collection of his recordings as well, and his very muscular, visceral style of playing spoke to me, and I still am influenced and inspired by him. I think the great thing about being a violinist today is that there's this wealth of unbelievable recordings, and you can learn and absorb so much from spending time with these recordings that I'd say I was taught perhaps by 50 different people. I've worked with some extremely inspiring conductors over the years. Playing Mozart with Sir Roger Norrington was an amazing experience. Obviously, he's famous for eliminating vibrato, and he has a wonderful understanding of Mozart and his oeuvre, and lots of fascinating ideas for bowing and fingering and all kinds of technical aspects, because he was a violinist himself, of course, that I would say influenced my playing of Mozart to this day. Also playing Shostakovich with Yuri Simonov, the great Soviet conductor who knew Shostakovich himself. A very special experience. I've also worked outside of the world of classical music, and I've had numerous partnerships with brands, and I've collaborated with some legendary pop musicians, and I feel that my character, the perception of who I am, has been glamorized by these things, and if that excites or inspires younger people to come and watch me playing classical music and opens their eyes, their minds, their hearts to this incredible world and substantial world of classical music, then it's a great thing. Every player's relationship with their instrument is very personal. I play a Guarnerius del Gesù, made in 1735, that was played by Yehudi Menuhin, because, as I mentioned earlier, was a great inspiration to me as a child to start learning the violin. And people always ask, do you feel the presence of Menuhin in your violin? And what's so amazing about these great instruments, Guarneri, Stradivarius, is that the player finds something of themselves within the instrument. And so, oddly enough, I don't feel any of Menuhin's sound when I play it. You find your own way within the violin. And I think that is constantly developing. It's always growing as you sort of challenge the instrument in all kinds of different environments. It's very much like taming a wild animal. You never quite know what you're going to get every day. You take it out of the box and start playing it. I have to feel a very close relationship with the character that wrote the music. I have to feel a strong affinity. By the time I go on stage, whatever it is, whether it be a contemporary piece or a piece by Mozart, I'm as connected, because I can't perform it unless I feel that way. With all repertoire, with all music, it's a constant voyage, it's a constant journey. There's no one performance that puts it to an end. Every performance is almost like a workshop on the music. I see every concert really as an opportunity just to try and lift my interpretation, my understanding of the music to a higher level. My aims and ambitions for the coming years have as many of these workshop style experiences as possible, to be able to expand as a musician, expand as a human being, which I feel I'm able to do through playing the violin, through performing, connecting with audiences, working with wonderful musicians that allow me to grow, to develop my own understanding of music, what it is and what its power can be. And so that journey of discovery never ends.